Salute to all the subscribers, all the Patreon members. I want to thank you guys for your support. It really means a lot to me. Right now, the links for the Patreon page in the description box below, so check that out. New video will be posted up here shortly on the Patreon page. It's been a minute since I posted on there. I've had a very, very busy 2 weeks. Okay. You guys can check that out. Good game, good content. Some things that I can't talk about on here. And it's very educational. That's one thing to point out. For those that don't know, I have 16 years of traveling experience, either living abroad or traveling. All right. As you can see, I was just in Alaska not too long ago, and Canada, and going out the country again, back down to Central America next month. All right. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to keep you guys posted on that. Link for the Facebook page is in the description box below. All right. So let's get into it. Is Shannon Sharpe going to get his passport and move smarter? So for those of y'all that don't know, this woman on the right, what's her name? I want to get her. I want to get her name. They don't really say her name too often enough in the media, right? They don't really say her name. They just keep saying Shannon Sharpe, Shannon Sharpe, Shannon Sharpe. We know what she looked like, but I guess I'll get it later. You guys know what she looks like, all right? So it just came out that a lawyer said that they settled behind the scenes with prejudice, and with prejudice meaning that she can't ever speak about what the settlement was behind the scenes in public. All right. You can't talk about how much money you received. The only way the public would know how much money you received is if you slip up and say something, or if you're being sued and it gets revealed in court. If there's a countersuit and that's revealed in court. All right. Salute to the lead attorney. The lead attorney, he did a video breaking this down eloquently. Very good game on there. And he said with his 20 plus years of experience, he believed that she got about 33 million. He thinks, all right. He hasn't confirmed it. It's just with his experience and knowing the law, being a lawyer for so many years, he believes that she probably settled for 33 million, which he feels that a percentage went to Tony Busby, and then she probably left with about 20 million on the side, but she was paid. She came out after the settlement and said that she was retiring from OnlyFans. All right. And who knows how long she was an OnlyFans model? Probably not even that long. Her whole life is set. All right. A lot of people, especially in the black spaces and different news outlets, the comment sections is just flooded with people saying, Shannon knows better. Why is he messing around? Why is he dating a 19-year-old? Why is his girlfriend 19 years old? Why is he with? They keep saying with, relationship. Yeah, it was a certain kind of relationship. That wasn't his girlfriend. All right. This woman on the right was not his girlfriend. Yeah, she did race play and she said, I want you to put a big black baby in me. Most of these women today, they want a baby. All right. Most of these women want a baby. They just want the kid and want you to go. They want the kid the money and they want you to go. They want to be able to raise the kid by themselves and swear up and down that they a boss bitch and that they're independent. No, living off of somebody else's coin. This wasn't a girlfriend boyfriend relationship. This was a trick hole relationship. She probably had other clients, right? She was still allowed to do her OnlyFans shit, right? Because that's not my girl. Okay, that's her thing. That's why I got her for, right? I'm paying for sex because it's for sale. She has it for sale. She's offering services, and I'm paying. I'm paying however much she's asking for every time we meet up to do this. All right. Every other culture in the world, they have this. All over Asia, all throughout Asian society, this is heavily prevalent. Okay. This is a part of their culture. Going to the red light district, taking a detour, going to the red light district, having sex with a woman for a little bit of money, and then going back home to your family. All right. This is heavily prevalent all throughout Europe. There's a red light district, there's red light districts all throughout Europe. You can go to Germany and pick up a hoe. You can go to Turkey and pick up a hoe. You can go to Spain and pick up a hoe. It's legal. You can go online. You can go to the street. You can go to the Blade. You can go to Amsterdam and pick up a hoe, right? It's all over. You can go to Africa and easily pick up hoes over there. There's prostitution going down all throughout the continent of Africa, all throughout the continent of Asia, all throughout the continent of Europe, and all throughout Latin, South America, and Central America. You know, United States is one of the few places that's deemed quote unquote illegal, right? So the people selling it, it's legal for you to sell it, but it's illegal for you to purchase it. It's basically legal in Canada. All right. You go to Fort McMurray, Fox Creek, you go to these oil patches, you're going to see a lot of women up there selling it for top dollar. All right. So I don't know why people get on the internet and say that he know better than to get into a relationship with a woman like this. It's not a relationship. It's just, look, man, I'm a busy man. I don't want a relationship. I don't want a relationship. I've already had my kids. They're grown. I want sex. I want to relieve myself. I need to blow off some steam. I don't want to court anybody. I don't want to go through this bullshit process of the talking stage. I'm tired of going through the talking stage. How much is it? Are you selling it? Okay, you are. How much is it? That's what their relationship was. Men in their 50s and 60s, when they go to the red light districts in countries where it's legal, they don't pick some grizzly bear off the strip. They get the youngest they can find anywhere you go. So why are people acting gang goofy and stupid when it comes to a man getting with a prostitute that's of a young age? Oh, he wasn't with her. Let's get out the way. This was not his girlfriend. He was a client. This was his favorite he liked to deal with. This was his client. Now, he messed up a couple of times. It was revealed in the paperwork that Shannon Sharpe used to fuck her on FaceTime in front of his childhood friend, his childhood homie named Bucket. How you got a friend named Bucket? They keep saying his girlfriend. I think that was just his favorite hoe. He only wanted to deal with one hoe. He didn't want like, okay, I'm gonna call her. Okay, her name is Gabriella Zuniga. That's her name. Gabriella Zuniga. I felt like he could have got a badder bitch. Like this was a real average looking. This chick was like a five, like like a week six. You know, this was a week six, 5'6". All right, but I mean, hey, that was his type. All right. So what happened was, at the rate Shannon Sharpe was going with his success through his YouTube channel, it was revealed in the paperwork that Shannon Sharpe didn't tell the public how much he made off of that Cat Williams interview, but he messed around and told her how much he made off that Cat Williams interview. He made $6 million off that interview alone. He has sponsors. You're on ESPN. You have your podcast with Ocho Cinco. You got Club Shay Shay or whatever. He's making a lot of money. A lot of companies, they want to put their brand in front of Shannon Sharpe, right? He was on the way of scoring $100 million deal. Yes, this settlement costs him money, but what he's making in the future is going to be a whole lot more, and I know he's going to move differently. So how should he move differently in the future? To be honest, man, and I did a live stream talking about this. When you're making millions, you're playing with millions, right? When somebody can calculate how much they know you're worth, and it's kind of like, well, he got more than that, right? To be able to sue you for $50 million on a whim, a shakedown, and it's all right, fuck it, I'll just pay this because what's in store for me in the future, I'm going to get all that back plus some, and I'll just move differently, right? You have a lot of money. At some point, you shouldn't be meeting women in the gym as what was said, right? You shouldn't be meeting women at the gym. You shouldn't be meeting women in public, right? You shouldn't be meeting women in their DMs online. You should be talking to an escort agency that's ran Trump tight, right? An ironclad clause that you sign and the women sign with whoever is running an escort agency for the stars. That's who you should be messing with. Is it going to be a little bit more expensive? Yeah, but it's not going to be $50 million expensive. And you get better looking women. Right? I won't even say get your passport and travel someplace where it's legal so you could just stay out the way and come back. No, because that involves meeting women on the street. You need to get with some high class. You need to find somebody with an Epstein island to handle your business and then go back home. That's who you need to run into, right? So I feel sorry for Shannon Sharpe. You were sloppy. You weren't wrong for messing around with an OnlyFans chick and paying. He wasn't wrong at all. It wasn't his girlfriend. This is my prostitute girl that I pay. This is purely transactional right here. Right? He should get with women of his own. Motherfuckers was arguing with me on the internet talking about, man, all these aunties out here that he can get with. Why the fuck? I'm worth 9 figures, damn near close to 9 figures. I'm on my way being worth 9 figures. What the fuck am I doing messing around with an auntie on Section 8 who threw her life away a long time ago? I got my life together. An auntie would do him worse. An auntie with her 2 or 3 eggs left would get pregnant by Shannon Sharpe, pretend that she actually likes him. Once she get 2 more kids out of him, divorce him and run him through the court system and get him for the same amount through an 18, 21-year period. And hopefully, I believe that Shannon Sharpe has that much life plus more left. I don't want to spend 18, 20, 21 years left paying somebody off for children, for unwanted children, right? Or you making me feel like, okay, we really in this together, but really you just want kids. You scheming and plotting anyways. They talking about, hey man, these aunties out here, you know what race they're talking about. I don't want bad built aunties. You see, another auntie just got put away for 20 years. Cash Out, the rapper Cash Out's mother. Cash Out got life. His mother got 20 years for basically pimping and essaying women, and his mother being the ringleader, the madam for that. So no, I'm not. I'm I'm not. I'm not going out here dealing with no aunties. Okay. Now, when you go younger, yes, you're dealing with the most fertile women, and you mess up, you slip up. I get it, right? But if you're playing with that much money, you see, OnlyFans, these unknown OnlyFans chicks, OnlyFans chicks like her, they do collabs with other OnlyFans guys, or because not too many guys can get their shit off on OnlyFans, right? But OnlyFans girl, they collab with guys on the street that DM them. Send me pictures. Let's see your body type, if you in shape or whatever, right? Get your paperwork, go get tested, come back, and then we can make this happen. And you're going to pay me to collab, right? Either you can or cannot pay me to collab, whatever they negotiate. But OnlyFans chicks like her, they don't, you know what I'm saying? Most of them, they're not dealing with guys like him long term, right? Women like her, they're looking for $1 and they're trying to look for an escape route to get out the game, right? These women, they get on OnlyFans, and if they got to do it for 10 years, they'll do it for 10 years if they seeing a profit. But if they meet somebody like him, they'll hit a lick and get out as quick as they can, and then turn their life around and act like their Mother Teresa and start a family with another sucker. But these women, most of these women, they don't have access to, well, I take that back. They got access to blackmail celebrities, right? At a certain point in time, you got that much money, you're supposed to go through an agency that they'll hit you for your pockets, right? But this won't come out. This won't happen. Now, I'm not trying to co-sign anything that Epstein was accused of, right? But there's a reason why there was a long list of people who went over to that island. There's a reason why this man was a multi-billionaire. I want y'all to look up the little short story that Rotten Mango did about Epstein on her channel. I mean, this guy had a house. He had the biggest house in Manhattan. It was 51,000 square feet. He had another house in Ohio. I think he had another house in Virginia. He had a house in Miami, had a house in Cali. He had a house in Paris. He had a house in London. And when I say house, he had mansions. He had private jets, you name it. But for the most part, this man Well, it was alleged that people went over to his island. They did have meetings to talk about brain science with some of the top scientists around the world, including what's his name? That guy in the wheelchair. Um, what's that guy in the wheelchair who won the Nobel Peace Prize? Wheelchair Nobel Peace. Oops. Prize. Stephen, yeah, I knew it was Hawkins. Stephen Hawking? Is that him? Trying to see. Yeah, Stephen Hawking. He passed away. Wow, I didn't know he was 76 when he passed. But he passed away 7 years ago. Stephen Hawking was on Epstein's Island. He was invited to discuss like brain science and different just studies about the brain, different theories about the brain, and what's the future to look like. He would invite Stephen Hawking over and plus dozens of other people to just discuss and have meetings about the brain, right? That was one of the things that went on Epstein's Island. But obviously, from what rumors were reported and other things were reported, there was sexual activities, I'll just put it that way, that was going on Epstein's Island. But there was a lot of wealthy, elite people that went over to that island too, and they were sending him a lot of money. And information about them never seen the light of day. I'm not saying that you should meet somebody like that if you're holding paper just to let off some steam. No, get with somebody who's not dealing with anybody underage, who has an escort agency for the celebrities, paid a little bit of money so that this shit don't come out. Right? Because this is a renegade hoe right here. This woman is not under no instructions at all. There's no ironclad clause that was signed with her. You just big and goofy, not really thinking. And if somebody pulled you to the side to tell you, to talk to you about, hey man, you moving recklessly, this is how you do it, he probably wasn't listening, right? A lot of brothers, they don't really listen when it comes to, hey man, there's something, let's go a safer route. It's going to cost you some money, but I run the top escort agency, very, very private, the top elite escort agency in the world. Let's get you a girl who possibly will not, I'm pretty sure, under the paperwork that we have and the understanding and the business that I run, I've been running this business this long. Let's get you some women who won't break bad on you at all, and it's very private, secretive. This won't ever see the light of day. You tell somebody black, a black man, this, he's gonna say, no, I don't, man, bro, I don't need that. I got game. I got women that like me. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for me to that. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. That's what brothers are gonna say. You know why? Because it's pride and ego that we have amongst black males in the black community, where it's kind of like, man, I got hoes. This 5th grade insult that we're still hurling around to grown ass men, talking about I got hoes, so I don't need to pay for it. I mean, you're paying for it, but no, I don't need to go through this. That's beneath me, right? You'll have 50 and 60-year-olds talking about, hey, that's why you ain't got no bitches. I showed you, remember that live I did in Alaska? And I played the audio, And that dude from TikTok I play, he's like, man, I can tell you why guys are getting their passports is because you look at their profile just by looking at the pictures on their Facebook page or their Instagram page, you could tell they can't get no women. And it's like, it's that fifth grade insult again. And like, hey, that's why you ain't got no hoes. That's why I got more hoes than you. That's how you end an argument. Like, if you're losing in an argument, you throw some convoluted shit out there like that, that's gonna hurt the other man's feelings, and he'll forget what y'all arguing about. Motherfucker be talking about how you owe them some money, right? Yeah, you pay me this much, but you still owe me this much. I keep calling you, ducking it. Man, that's why I got more hoes than you. But wait, what? You ain't got more bitches than me. What the fuck is you talking about? No, that's why I got more hoes than you. Bro, I never seen you with girls. What are you talking about? No, I got more hoes. I just don't show you them, but that's why I know I got more hoes than you, because you run, you just flaunt women that you deal with. You only deal with one or two women. I got more hoes than you. Then show me then. This is somebody owes you hundreds, thousands of dollars, and then now y'all arguing about who got more hoes than each other over a fifth grade insult. Salute the Philly, salute the scant dollar. So this is why you can't go to somebody like a Shannon Sharpe. It would cost him a settlement of millions of dollars, because you can't go to him and tell him how to move. It hurts his pride too much to have to go through an elite agency to have to deal with women. All right. This is why I'm not against guys who go to different countries and they pay for women. Man, let the internet talk. Fuck them. Fuck them. Like, dude, you're talking to somebody who lived in Thailand for what, 5 years? You're talking to somebody that lived in Thailand for 5 years. I've seen, you go to Pattaya, there's no shame in East Indians, Asians, Chinese, Koreans, white guys, right? Every race in between, Europeans. There's no shame in their game when they're like, hey, yeah, I done paid for like 7 bitches. I've seen like East Indians, they're walking. You see two East Indian guys walking with their arms around one girl, rubbing all over her, heading back to the room to smash. You know what I'm saying? There's no shame in that, because that's just a part of the culture. That's normal. It's not legal, and it's there. I'm not saying it's not there. It's policed, it's monitored, it's not even regulated, it's illegal, right? But there's still platforms in America where, I even talked about a website. On excuse me. I even talked about a website on Patreon, right? That I put out there. I even talked about it. I did a special on it. I broke it down. There's websites where there's an escort website where you can go to the website and it pretty much pulls up every country. And within those countries, you click on the link. They'll have the different cities, and they'll have like about a dozen web pages of all the escort websites from these countries. It's a bunch of listings on this website, right? Globally, that's just normalized. I've seen it. China, I've seen it. Right? Japan, I've seen it. Taiwan, I've seen it. Hong Kong, I've seen it. Thailand, Philippines, Singapore, I've seen it. Vietnam, I've seen it. Right? This is normal in Asian culture, European culture, African culture, Latin American culture. I just told you I was in Panama back in February. I went to a cafe, right? There's a website and there's a cafe because it's legal in Panama. And there's a little bar. Most of the women there are Colombians, but they was all fine as shit, lined up to talk to me, lined up to fuck with me. Right? And I pulled the baddest. I pulled the baddest in the club. Like, it ain't no shame. But it's shame when somebody who's rich, successful, influential, right? I don't have time for a girlfriend. I don't want a girlfriend. This is the end result of you didn't do the wrong thing. It wasn't what you did, it's how you did it. That's what it was. Right? It wasn't what Shannon did, it was how he did it. Right? I'm not really buying that story that he met her at the gym. But if it's true, hey, it's true. They met at the gym. All right. You met Gabriella at the gym. And that's not if you having a trick hole relationship with somebody. I understand, like, who can you trust? Because your co-host, I mean, he's paying child support to I don't know how many different women. Ocho Cinco, he's paying child support to I don't know how many different women. I think he just had a newborn, like what, 2 years ago? A year ago? But brothers, it's like, you want to pull another rapper's baby mama. You want to pull some OnlyFans chick that's in your gym. You want to run through the industry chick because, like, okay, he dated her, but she never said anything about them, so now I'm going to fuck with her. Man, look, I'm pretty sure they exist. I'm pretty sure they exist. Kevin Samuels talked about it. I'm pretty sure they exist. Right? Pay the money, be discreet, pay for privacy. All right? But should he get his passport? I mean, unless there's an elite agency over in Europe, I mean, I would trust to go to the UK, right? Like a First Nation somewhere, first world country somewhere like that. If you trust, I would say do it in America, but if there's a better agency that has a longer list of clients, over in the UK or Greece or Spain, wherever, man, do that. Do that. See, the world, man, they want black men to be deprived sexually. They want you to be celibate. It's like, hey, look, either fuck with this hood rat. They got 4 kids by 4 different baby daddies. Either you save her, save auntie, or you be celibate. I don't know why, especially black women, when they was on the internet ranting and raving, talking about, well, yeah, he shouldn't have messed with her, this, that, and the third. You should have got you with a sister. Man, a black woman would have done him worse. Look at what happened with Birdman and Toni Braxton. They was together, I want to say, for over 20 years. They get married. She divorces him within like 30 or 60 days or some shit like that. And now she's asking for a bunch of money. It don't work that way. Now, can she get it? Yes, through common law, not so much marriage, because if you can prove that, hey, he was taking care of me at this time, even if y'all aren't married, the courts can extrapolate funds from you. I did a whole live stream breaking that down before, right? So don't move in with women, right? You make it more. Don't have them move in with you because they say, hey, I gave up this many years of my life with this man, and I kind of put my my lifestyle. I'm used to a lifestyle dealing with this man. Okay, were you married? No. Oh, that don't matter. And that's true. They'll hit you with common law. Brothers, man, they want you to suffer. They want you to jack off. They want you to either a heterosexual man. I'm not saying this about anybody else whose sexual preference is anything different. Right? But a heterosexual man, they want you to either not have sexual access to women, go the other direction for your sexual access, if you know what I mean, right? They want you to get with hood rats, aunties with a bunch of kids, or they want you to be celibate. That's what they want you to do, right? And then, people will get into somebody's ear like this. I mean, you did this. She made this decision. Yeah. All right. This is a very important phone call. I got to take this. You guys be safe. I'm over and I'm out. Peace.